It is a beautiful day for some DSA, and welcome back to the Cozy Club, my friends. My name is Cozy Gamer, and today we've got ourselves a great, highly anticipated video in the top reworks that are needed for all these characters within Disney Sorcerer's Arena. Now, I don't know about you guys, but for me personally, the characters is what makes this game run the way it runs, and it has the emotional attachment that I have to it. Outside of that, if it was just a game of collecting wizards or whatever it might be, I know for at least, again, myself, I would not be as attached and in love with the game itself. So on Friday, we had an awesome new segment called Spin the Wheel of Characters, kind of a play on the Wheel of Fortune, where I go ahead and I spin a giant wheel of characters. I select them, whatever it lands on, they're on my team, and we've got to make it work against live PvP, whatever that throws at us. And guess what? Outside of synergy with Kristoff and Spin, we pulled together a win with a mismatch of characters. And what this made me realize is we need more and more relevant characters that we can use within DSA. Now, my last video was the full September tier list. I went ahead and looked at the entire tier list. Yes, I could have grabbed just the bottom characters or the F and D characters, but I wanted to look at the entire roster and see exactly what characters need a little bit of a touch-up, again, to be more true to the movie, and also just their outdated kits from the beta or before. If you want to go ahead and watch the Wheel of Characters segment, go ahead, click the description down below, the Twitch link, and join and click that follow button, guys. We have a great time. I'll see you there. For now, let's jump right into these characters, starting off with the legendary Pocahontas. One thing I love about Pocahontas is when her turn starts, she gives buffs out to other characters. I would love to see them expand on this idea. Pocahontas should definitely be one of those primary support characters, kind of like Hiro Hamada, that doesn't damage the enemies. I just don't see Pocahontas throwing her stick away, getting her fist out, and throwing some haymakers to Genie and Aladdin. I think they should really capitalize on her support abilities. It'd be nice to have another mass cleanser, kind of like Baymax, but not so OP and legendary type, but definitely someone that could either mass transfer all of the buffs or just handle buffs and debuffs for the entire team. Definitely capitalize on the healing and the buff giving. I think they're close with Pocahontas, but they need to buff up those stats and buff up some of those abilities to make her a little bit more relevant. Next up on the list is Davy Jones, guys. You know, if you've been following the channel for a while, I'm a huge Davy Jones guy. Absolutely love him. Love his kit for the most part. He's one of those characters that are just missing a little bit to make him really good within DSA. Davy's got a tremendous special. I like the black spot abilities, and of course, I like the minions in Dead Man's Chest. However, they really need to give the entire ability kit all a little bit of a buff. His stats are just fine. Dead Man's Chest is starting to work a little bit better with the new T7.5 update, but I would love to see his minions really start to stack up on the battlefield, kind of like we've seen with Yokai. However, with the other pirates, and then every basic attack or something like that, he calls his minions to attack. Really call back to the movie and make Davy Jones great, guys. He's got a full potential. I know that a lot of us would love to see Davy Jones, an elite character within DSA. Again, not so many missing pieces here. One of those B- characters that could really just push the envelope and get a lot better just with some tune-ups overall to the abilities. Alrighty, guys, I've got a complete Lion King trio for you guys. Let's start with Simba and Rafiki. Now, I'm just going to talk. Yes, Simba did bump way up with that T7.5 update. He is now in the higher B tiers and a much better character because of his speed. However, when looking at his overall kit, I think he is just missing a little bit of offense. I get that they want to make him this defense tank overall, but I really want to see them try to incorporate that fierce King of the Jungle lion that we've seen. And Rafiki, again, got great touch-ups through the ability. His stats are a whole nother issue, and I really think that's what they need to build upon. But I like where they're going with Rafiki with the incredible assist machine, attacking multiple times to call back to that movie. Maybe they can get rid of more of his healing buffs and get more stats to either Simba and just be a great support character to Simba that assists a lot and really doesn't need to rely on his speed. If they want to keep his speed slow, that's great. Maybe up his attack and have him assist a lot with the Lion King. The assist would tie in perfectly to the next character that we're talking about. And yes, guys, it was talked about many times on the tier list video, and it is Scar. Cozy Club, it is a crime that Scar is in the C tier, guys. If you just saw my tier list update, he went way down, fell a long way down the ramp because honestly, he just doesn't do anything that great anymore. His hyenas are simply too easy to kill with AoEs. He throws up a blind and some defense down, but that's really outdated when looking at some of these better characters. With Scar, though, again, they're not too far off. I think it'd be great to throw maybe Intimidate onto his kit, buff up those hyenas a little bit, maybe call more assists with them, having them really surround Scar and start to overwhelm the opponent, just like Davy Jones. Again, all these villains to have these kind of sidekicks, they don't have their own, hero squad to work with them, but it would be great to see, their minions kind of stack up with them and against the opponent. Get a lot of assists rolling with Rafiki, Simba, and Scar, and then you've got a Lion King fear that most people would maybe fear. Just to get this out of the way right now, if I were to pick one character from this video to get the buff treatment, it would be Scar. We're gonna go ahead and stay right here with the villains, guys. Looking at another highly looked at villain and a highly beloved villain. It's Jafar. Now, Jafar, again, is not far off from being a character that is extremely useful within DSA. However, right now, where he kind of sits in the meta, again, he can either get that charm off, throws a couple of assists for villains, but outside of that, really doesn't do a lot. Yes, the 2-turn charm is absolutely amazing, but these days, tenacity is just too high to make it stick all of the time. So something I would love to see them do is just bring in more villain synergy or give him an actual hard-hitting attack. So what they could do is either, if they don't want to make Genie Jafar a thing, they could just add it right to his ability kit. Although, I know me and a lot of other people would love to see Genie Jafar as an actual usable character instead of like a spell or even an ability. It would be great to have him as a complete character. Maybe that is what they're saving the high offense Jafar for. But if they're not going for that, I would love for them to add on some more attack power to Jafar. Outside of that, it would be great to tack onto his passive some more villain synergy, guys. All the villains, in my opinion, to make them work more as a unit because they're not that strong within the game, it would be great to see more and more passives like Jafar and have villains talk to each other and be more synergized. All right, so this one's a little bit of a homer pick and from left field, but guys, let me know, should Frozone get a rework? I think Frozone is the top of the list, or one of them, as far as being a beloved. I mean, it's Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, what's there not to love, guys? And I don't know if you guys play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, but Mace Windu has gotten zero love within that game. And now Frozone, I don't know what these games have against Samuel Jackson, but Frozone is simply too much of a fun character to give him the kit that he currently has. I would love to see more animations and more use of his ice abilities. I think he should be a lot faster. Currently, he's one of the slower characters within the game. They need to up that speed to get Frozone really booking it like he does on the movies. And I would also love to see more of those ice features. Like if you guys have played Overwatch, like an ice wall from May. Don't know any of you guys out there. Comment below if you're an Overwatch fan. But throwing up maybe an ice wall that really puts up some more shields. If they're going to go off that counterattacking that he already does, would love to see them boost that up a little bit more. Make him counterattack more. And again, just spit out slows over and over. Kind of have that Elsa feel to him, but more slows because again, obviously he's freezing them. It's ice. And stasis, although yes, it has its niches every now and then, just is underwhelming for his entire kit. And the man deserves more. All right, for this next character, I looked at the comments on my tier list video, and a lot of you guys had support for one character mainly. It's Jack Skellington, guys. Jack Skellington is almost never mentioned on this channel. I mean, there's no reason to mention him because he just doesn't do anything for your team. Now, he's got a very well-built animations kit. He kind of has everything he needs outside of being an actual good character. He's got synergy with Sally. Pumpkin Shield is an incredible animation and actually a very good idea, but it just currently doesn't do enough with today's meta. And Scary Face is where his kit just needs a full reset. Scary Face, go look at that ability. It's heal block. It just doesn't do much. And they really could scrap what that ability does, make it do a lot more, maybe a mass fear so he could fit into a fear team more. But with Halloween coming up, Christmas right around the corner, I think it's a perfect time to visit the Nightmare Before Christmas gang and make Jack Skellington a lot better. Love what they have with this basic of extending harmful effects, but again, it's something that they should just look at his entire kit and make him a lot more efficient to use in more squads. Cozy Club, do you see a common theme of what we're looking at today? Villains, and some more villains, guys. Gaston is next up on the list of characters that need a touch-up in general. Guys, if no one fights like Gaston and bites like Gaston, he should be doing a lot more for his allies, guys. Yes, he's a faster tank with the new speed update to him under a Shan Yu lead, but again, he's really just kind of rallying the troops, giving haste out and doing a taunt and some blind with his gun. But outside of that, I think he should be more of a selfish character, guys. He's a selfish person in the movies. Make his stats, make everything speak to himself. Keep him having a taunt, but make him hit a lot harder, guys. He's ripped, man. He's got a gun. Make him do some more offense glue. I think it would really fit his lore to the movies. Even throwing on a leadership ability for Gaston, whether it be for villains or just Kingdom in general, to be more defensive. I think it'd be a great kind of play to the movies and also making a legendary character and a fan favorite among the DSA community a whole lot better. All right, Cozy Club, we just have 3 more characters left. Let's go and take a look at our next one. And I know plenty of you guys would love to see a buff to this character. And we're talking about Ariel. Guys, Ariel is beloved, and she is just someone that simply does not do enough for how big she is within the movies and the potential of her kit. You need to just enhance what Ariel does just even more, have more oceanic synergy. I think it's a crime too. We've got to have Ariel within these main oceanic teams, buff up her healing a crap ton, make her up there even better than Baymax on healing, and then maybe scale down the damage, or vice versa, make her use the hell out of the trident and then do more damage and less healing. I just think she needs more of an identity. And yes, when T8 comes, her purge ability is going to get a lot better. I know that we're looking and speculating that raids, an Ursula raid, or even if it's going to be a Pirates of the Caribbean raid of some sort, looks like it's coming to DSA. And if that isn't so indeed an Ursula raid, it would be great to have Ariel kind of get a rework with that to fit a lot better and get just the stats buffed up, everything, because guys, she's slow as molasses and just again is kind of suffering from an identity crisis. And for our last 2 heroes, Cozy Club, let's pull them up together. It is Kronk and Yzma. I could not make a rework list without putting these guys on here. Now all it's gonna take is Cusco getting into this game, probably to bring them up a lot better. The good news is they do have the Kingdom tag. I would like to see them more like a power duo like Barley and Ian. Guys, it's Kronk and Yzma. Maybe have Kronk do that Barley-esque role of super supporting, and then have Yzma just pump out the harmful effects like Madam Mim, just throwing potions over and over, and then having some synergy with Kronk, maybe calling him to attack. Right now, stats are bad. Their abilities are not that great. Love the animations and a lot of potential and love for Emperor's New Groove, but overall, they're just not characters that we can use in any sort of lineup. I know there are a lot of people out there that think Yzma, or say Yzma, is the worst character in the game, and honestly, wouldn't argue much against that. Hopefully, again, when Cusco comes out, we get a lot more love to these guys. And Cozy Club, there you have it. These are the top characters that I think need a rework within DSA, guys. Put in the comments down below, out of the entire list of who we put today, who would you want most to get a rework and make it all the way up to BA, even S tier, and use them on your teams in live PvP? If I didn't mention a character that you want to see touched up, go ahead and put that down in the description or put that down in the comments below, guys. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by. We've got some great videos coming out. We'll be getting to that farming guide. I know with Big Hero 6 coming out, a lot of you guys want to see an updated farming guide, so that is on the list, guys. Go ahead, join the Discord, go to the suggest a video if you guys have any great suggestions. Always looking through there, wanting to serve what you guys want to see. Cozy Club, if you can't get enough, I will see you guys on Twitch this week. And until then, my friends, stay cozy. As long as you get 1,000 biddies.
1,000 biddies!
Oh man, guys, it's good to get connected with you guys more and show you kind of behind the curtain.